Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Pictochat. I'm Raid.
I'm Jelly.
I decided I'd sing everyone in order to follow suit with my me. And I must say, I personally, I'm hoping Jelly feels the same. I'm quite excited to talk today. The pick of the day is quite awesome. And we've got some other small things we just want to bring up that was confirmed, mostly confirmed today. But yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, today's May 22nd.
May 22nd.
And let's go to the daily pick. Sorry, my amazing juggling skills. Ta-da!
Okay, I'll go ahead and read it. In previous games in the series, if you chose the red team in a team battle, your Mario would have been red. But now you can choose any color you want. The color outlining the characters will show their team affiliation, even though Mario is red anyways.
Duh. Default. So, this is a cool little change. I mean,
yeah.
My first question, and I think I already know the answer, but is this a 3DS only option?
Exactly.
I doubt the Wii U would do anything like this because they've mentioned that the outlining is kind of very specific
to the
3DS, and it looks like all they're doing is just kind of recoloring the outlines rather than like creating a brand new one.
Yeah. But that's the thing, you can turn these lines off, right?
Yes, that's true.
Do you think you could do the same? I don't know.
Well, I'm guessing. Well, another question is then, can you do regular team modes? Like, do you now have to use outlines to see? Because I'm sure there are people who will definitely prefer one over the other.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, yes, knowing the way Smash Bros. Has worked in the past, it's usually quite open with which option you want to pick. So I'm betting there's both options, and so that makes me think that the other versions probably won't have it.
Yeah.
And
I know in at least competitive wise in Smash Brothers, there's been some issues with team colors because of characters. I think we've mentioned this before, like Lucario and Sonic and Pokemon Trainer, where they basically stayed the same color, just like different shades of the same color, or the bands on his arms.
Right.
And so
Sonic's blue no matter which color you pick.
There's like one darker blue or something.
Yeah.
But, so with this, with just the outlines, how easy will that actually be to tell what color you are and what team you're on? Because
I hear you.
I could see a Lucario going red, but you'd probably see more of the blue than the red.
Well,
I don't know.
That's a good point, and I know another reason that they came up with a rule, especially for colorblind people, people who couldn't see blue or couldn't see green very well.
Yeah, competitive smashers came up with this rule.
And I could see on 3DS being like, okay, not only do we want the outlines on, but you have to be a green team and in a green color. Like they kind of use a both sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Just to help those people. Because you're right. I think, personally, just as a quick little glance, I would say that it would be harder to see this than it would be if your full color was blue.
I agree.
It's cool. It's a nice idea. And frankly speaking, in a less competitive environment where those things aren't like, people are like, I mean, obviously, if you can't see your character, you can't play to your full potential. But in more friendlier settings where people don't really care as much, I could see this getting a lot of usage, and that way people could still use their favorite colors and play teams matches.
Yeah, and it seems like certain characters with certain outlines are going to be easier to see than others.
Totally.
Like the Samus, you can kind of see she's blue.
Yeah, Link and Mario, I feel like, are the easiest ones to see. Samus is pretty easy. DK's kind of hard.
He looks, but would that be a problem? Because this color kind of looks red anyways.
Right, if it just because the red and the brown kind of goes together. That's a good point.
So interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's a good little thing. I had the bad luck of like every one of the people I liked using, all of the colors were not their team colors. Like Toon Link, I liked the purple one. Samus, I liked the purple one. My Fox was standard, and I don't think that was any of the team ones.
It wasn't, I don't think.
And it was just like, man.
All your favorite colors you couldn't use in teams.
Bowser, I did. I always used just standard Bowser. And so Mario was red.
One thing I was wondering about is, are they going to make a change for people who are the same character on the same team that way? Because that would be kind of nice, I think, with this kind of option, is that you could be different colors, but still on the same team.
So, like, we have that white shirted Link and then dark Link, but both with blue outlines.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, it was kind of still confusing with the light characters and the dark characters when they were on the same team, where you had like the more color and then it was the same color just brighter. And I don't know, that was kind of a weird thing to me. That's always just kind of
Right.
But I'm wondering if they changed anything.
Oh,
with that
it's
as
like
well.
they'll use that in other modes. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just
Or, like-
wondering like if they're going to do the same thing with.
Oh,
if you choose
gotcha.
the same color with the same outline.
Well, you
I don't
couldn't
know.
ever naturally choose the same color, could you? Oh no, if you were all on the same team,
Yeah.
the same color. That's right.
Mhm. So I don't know.
Oh, interesting point. So yeah, if you did like both red, if you were
Mhm.
both Lucario and had the red outlines, and were both red Lucario, that's a good point.
Or do you think could be some of the customization things? I don't know. Like
Yeah.
he didn't say you'd probably be able to make custom costumes and stuff, but maybe this could kind of
Yeah,
link in with something like that.
we're getting closer and closer to finding out what the customization is,
Mm-hmm.
and some other things we'll talk about will probably go. Actually, why don't we just? The only thing I'll say after this is 3DS looks awesome. I am interested to see how the competitive scene is on the 3DS. Of course, we'll
Yeah.
have something. But I mean, with what you just mentioned, I wonder. I mean, I doubt this will replace being just red team and blue team.
Yeah.
I doubt. Yeah, that would be weird. But let's see. But now you can choose any color you want. The color outlining will show their team. Well, maybe.
Mhm.
I'm still thinking no, but maybe I'm convincing myself there might be a possibility.
Mhm.
But anyways, let's jump into. I don't have anything to pull up picture-wise, but we can just talk about it. Because on the note of customization, there was an interview recently with the president of Nintendo of France, where he essentially confirms that the NFC figures will have something to do with Smash Brothers for the Wii U. NFC figures being what you see in things like Skylanders or Disney Infinity, where they're the little figure, or Pokemon Rumble U, where you have the little figure and it has some sort of data on it. The gamepad reads it and it affects the game somehow.
Yeah.
And just real fast, I mean, we don't know what, and we've had times. I'll just say this before we start speculating. We've had times where they've been like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to say that about Smash Brothers," or "Oh, whoops, did we accidentally say Smash Brothers was coming out in spring? We just meant Mario Kart." So I could see them redacting the statement, although I think it's highly likely that NFC figurines will have something to do, especially
I
with
agree.
what we've heard about customization
Mhm.
and what Nintendo wants to do with the figurines. And I was just going to say, I feel like we've already seen what they'll do. And by that, I mean, with the Wii version of Smash Brothers Brawl, they had a feature where you could like save your profile to a Wiimote.
Yeah.
It never really took off because no one very few people played with just the Wii remote.
Mhm.
And bringing your profile wasn't a huge deal.
Mhm.
But I believe that with the NFC figurines,
You could
what
do
it
that.
will do, because they've mentioned that one of the things they'd like to do is be able to hold some sort of save data. And so what my theory is that you've got, let's say I buy my Fox figurine or my Bowser figurine, and I've put maybe the custom move sets, maybe my name, any sort of controller tweaking that I've done, or maybe it's all my controller settings in case, depending on what they have wherever I go, or it's whatever I've done in the 3DS version that saves it somehow. And I mean, I don't know exactly how that'll work, but I'm figuring that that's probably what it will be,
Mhm.
is that it will just hold your profile information, because I feel like Sakurai likes that. Especially, like I said, with what he tried in the Wii one, and I felt like that was something he wanted to kind of be a bit more popular. So
This is kind of going off on a little different topic, but can the NFC technology like write data to something rather than just reading what it gets
I don't-
on the Wii U? I don't know.
I don't know if it could write data. That's a good question.
Because if you could like save your profile on that kind of a figurine or something, your global Smash Power or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, see, that might hold all of that.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I would assume it would work like it knows to read save data rather than it's like just it knows how to read it, so it will write. It will do the writing, not the NFC itself.
Mhm.
So that's a good question though, and yeah, I'm very confident that in E3 this is going to. I mean, that might be what the hour and a half discussion
The
is
NFC
is
and
just
how
talking
it
about
works with
NFC and
Brothers.
Smash Brothers and the
Mhm.
3DS and Wii U connectivity because we don't know a lot about that.
It's true. I hope that's not the entire thing, but at the same time, if they decide to do, which we think they will, if they decide to use the NFC, that I think it will be a big
Well,
part of what will
I
be
mean,
new to the game.
there's thoughts that like it could cover like DLC sort of a thing. Like
So
it's
you
like
buy
they
a
release
character,
figurines,
yeah,
and it's
buy a stage,
and that's how you could play it on other people's, even if they didn't have it, kind of a
I
thing.
see.
Although I don't know all the technical issues that would come up with something like that. I'm just talking about little other theories I've looked into, and so there's a lot that can be done. And again, we have a lot to see with things like the character customization. There's probably going to be a ton. I mean, this is a Sakurai game. I mean, look at Kid Icarus Uprising. Look at Kirby Air Ride. Look at Smash Brothers Brawl. I mean, he just packs this
There's gonna
game
be
with
full-
stuff to do. I mean, he put emulatable ports of old 10-minute games on Smash Brothers Brawl. You can play Ocarina of Time for 10 minutes. And it's like, I wonder how much was the whole stinking game on there. I think it was. It was a 10-minute limit.
Yeah, I think there were hackers that just took off.
Right. And
That. So you can play Ocarina of Time, but that's illegal. Bad.
Bad.
Buy Ocarina of Time. It's worth the money. There you
It's
go.
so true. Actually, we should all buy Star Fox games for obvious reasons.
We should play Star Fox Assault every weekend.
Dude, Star Fox Assault is amazing. I don't care what anyone says. And, unless Wolf is busted, we'll just throw that out right now. It's Wolf's best game. But anyways, yes, I think that probably covers everything we should talk about for now.
I think that covers it as well.
Oh, I think maybe we should say we just recently released our pit video. There is some noise in it, and we are looking into ways to get rid of that noise.
Yeah, so please let us know any feedback if there's a lot of noise in this one too.
Because we are trying something different, a different setup, so that it should be quieter, and we shouldn't get nearly as much interference, and so that because we've had some problems with sound in the past, but this time we're hoping that or that last video was kind of really bad, and so we're hoping that this one will be better. And so yes, that's good. I'm done.
Okay, well that's the daily Pictochat, May 22nd. I'm Jelly.
I'm Raid.
Have a good one.